Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. This is our free public roundtable. 1Mby1M's mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we've been doing these free roundtables for a long time, since the fall of 2008. So this is the 629th session. We're here most Thursdays. The event is being recorded. The recording is available on our YouTube channel, 1M1M Roundtables, and all recordings are available there. On Twitter, we're at 1M1M and at Stromana. We publish a lot. These are the call-in instructions. We're first going to do a scheduled conversation with Frances Nevarez, and then we will have lots of time for doing open Q&A, introductions. If you want to discuss what you're doing, all of that is, open season basically. And you can use your public chat or your computer audio to talk to me. So Frances has sent us an updated slide deck, so I'm going to switch to that. Frances, please unmute your line and let's get going.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Frances Nevarez, and I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of FutbolConnect. And are you ready for some football? That's soccer here in the U.S., but football worldwide. Do you remember the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Was it a nurse, a teacher, a doctor? What about a professional athlete? My co-founder, Roberto Telleria, was born in Bolivia in South America, and he always dreamed of becoming a professional footballer. But like many in his country, they battled a number of barriers, including economic and geographic. His dream and love of the sport sparked the creation of FutbolConnect, the gateway to football talent within communities around the world. Next slide. Even though football is one of the largest sports and most popular, played in over 200 countries, a golden generation of players within communities worldwide are being denied their chance to shine because the current system was designed for the ones who have the economic means and not the millions who don't. So how are they going to get discovered, viewed, or connected by millions of coaches worldwide who are seeking new talent? Next slide. FutbolConnect's breaking down these barriers. With our mobile technology and online tools, we're eliminating these barriers and putting the power of technology in their hands to be their own agents. Next slide. When they are where they can showcase and promote their talent, connect and share locally as well as globally, seize opportunities, and take their passion for football to new heights. Think of us as what Spotify does for independent artists, FutbolConnect does for young, talented footballers. Next slide. Our pilot, which we implemented our go-to-market strategy to kickstart with boots on the ground, garnered us 30,000 users, and one of our players was recruited to play futsal in Spain. Through storytelling and sharing young talented footballers within communities, we grew to over 320,000 social media followers. We sponsored one event, which is the Bolivian women's national team to the Copa de Libertadores, which is a big event. We were featured in a number of PR and media venues, and we raised to date a friends and family round of $100,000. Next slide.
Before you go to the next slide, by the way, I'm a huge football fan. So
okay.
I love every 4 years, I religiously watch the World Cup soccer soup to nuts.
Okay.
And when we are in the right time zone and so on, and we watch the European Cup as well,
Okay.
and whatever else we can, not depends, but most certainly the World Cup soccer.
Right.
So sign 5 MOUs. MOUs with whom?
MOUs with different clubs and academies in South America. So
Okay.
that would be Metor. And then in Santa Cruz, Bolivia, one of the largest football associations, it's Cruzaseña. We signed an MOU with them, and they have over 30,000 players. However, they're not on our platform right now because they're waiting for another portion of our app, which is our team and tournament registration component, which we haven't developed, but we're in the process of working on the design so that when we do get the funding, we can immediately start putting it together and have them get on the platform. In South America, I don't know if you know, but many of them use paper and pencil still. They use no technology. So in some of the areas that we're going into, they're definitely interested in our tools so that they can track more of their players and garner more stats and
The
information.
30,000 users that you have on the
Right.
platform, these are all in South America.
No, they're from all over the world, really. We launched it in South America, specifically Bolivia. And of the 30,000, we have 18,000 from Bolivia, but we have Venezuela, Argentina, we have the USA, we have people from Algeria and Egypt, India. So when we launched it, our target was specifically Santa Cruz, Bolivia, but it went all over.
Okay.
So, but that's our target right now is South America, the US, and then the branching out into Mexico.
And your goal is to have players all over the world kind of participate in this platform, and then clubs all over the world also get on the platform and start recruiting those players. That's what you're trying to do primarily, yeah?
Primarily, what we're trying to do is create a platform where, think of us as America's Got Talent. Okay.
I understand,
We're
but
trying to showcase their talent, but it's giving them the tools to connect and
no, I know
promote
that,
themselves.
but what's the goal on the other end? These players will do all that, showcase themselves on this platform because you will have the clubs on the platform looking at that stuff, yeah?
Right. That's
Including.
leagues, that's coaches, scouts, agents, teams, clubs, leagues,
Okay,
academies, and associations.
got it. Got it. Okay.
So those are our primary customers, which is the recreational and competitive player, 13 plus, both male and female, and then the coaches, scouts, and agents, and then the teams, clubs, leagues, associations, and academies.
Okay, I'm going to give you some feedback on this particular slide.
Okay.
So market sizing needs to be bottoms up.
Okay.
What you have here is this top-down numbers that investors don't care about.
Okay.
So what is your business model? Let's go back to the previous slide. Tell us how you make money.
Okay. You want to go ahead and go a few slides up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right here. This is how, back up one. This is how we get this is our business model. It's a freemium model. So everyone, all players, coaches, scouts, agents, everybody will have access to the freemium model whereby they can create their own profile. And then for the competitive player can create an advanced player's card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which will give them additional information to complete. Also, they will also get badges. Badges meaning data has been verified by a coach, a certified coach. And we also have AI training components whereby we can take all the data that's been acquired by all the players and we can compare them and give them tools in order to enhance their training capabilities, all online. And that
that's something you
is
have to
available.
develop. Is that available, or is that something you have to develop?
That's something we have to develop.
That's a big job, huh?
Actually, the data can be actually put in and through AI technology, because we've tested it on a small portion, a group of people. We have to do some tweaking, but it's not that difficult. So with the correct people, the developers, we should be able to do that quite quickly
Is
within
there
30.
any AI expert on your team?
Yes, we have one that we're entertaining right now. He would love to come on. However, he's a little bit expensive, and I would love to have more of my development team full time and then use him as a contractor and gradually bring him in.
And where are you located?
We're located in Santa Clara, California.
I see. Okay, so let's understand this model, and I want to give you some total available market information how to do this. You need
Okay.
to figure out how many people are going to pay the what you call the advanced $120 per year player fee.
Well, right now, when we did the different clubs and academies, associations, it doesn't seem like it's a problem for people to pay.
I'm not asking about the problem. I'm talking about revenue model and leading up to total available market size analysis.
Okay.
So what is the total universe of players that you are going to be catering to per year?
Total universe of players.
Is it 1 million
Okay, well,
players, 2 million players, 5 million players? What are we talking?
we're looking at 1 million players
Okay, so then
in our
your
first year.
total available market for the advanced category of pricing is $120 per year times $1 million. So
Correct.
$120 million per year.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have this organization layer where you're saying you're going to cater to the team management, tournament administrator. How many people are going to buy that, or how many leagues or clubs or whatever are going to buy that? It's per club pricing, right?
That is per club pricing, and we're estimating in our first year of 100 clubs, 100 teams with tournament and
But
so
over
forth.
time, what is the over time? What is the total universe out there? How many clubs are there out there?
Oof. There's millions
Millions
of
of clubs? I don't believe that. Millions of clubs. If there are millions of players, how can there be if there are 1 million player, how can there be millions of clubs? That's not possible.
Okay, well, first of all, you have to think of this. Some of the clubs are registered and some of the clubs are not registered. See, so the numbers that I'm using for the market share, they come from FIFA because those are registered. Now, when you go to other countries, they're not registered with anybody per se. You have to, they're like a
If
police.
they're not going to pay you $250 a year to buy your product, most likely. They're going to first get registered before they pay you $250 per year. So a reasonable assumption is that the people who are going to pay you $250 a year are the registered clubs who are more organized, more professional, etc. So how many of those are there?
In South America, I would say probably 300,000.
300,000 registered clubs in South America alone.
Right. If you look at the FIFA numbers, and I have a table that I could show you, in South America alone, there's over 300,000 registered clubs.
It doesn't compute.
Okay.
Because you can't have 1 million players and 300,000 clubs. Just in million players worldwide, 300,000 players clubs in South America alone, which means around the world you're talking about millions of clubs. It cannot be.
Okay.
Your numbers are not correct.
Okay.
So my point is, I'll just give you the logic of how to do this, but this is something you need to do.
Okay.
You need to figure out how many clubs and leagues and whatever are there who are going to buy this $250 per year tier.
Okay.
And that times 250 is your TAM for this tier. And then the same thing, how many virtual scouts are going to be there? And that times 700 is your total available market. So these numbers that you have up here are way over what your actual TAM is. Your actual TAM is, less than a billion, maybe a billion two, something like that. If you roll all those three, categories up, on a
Okay.
bottom-up basis, that's your market size. This is irrelevant. What you have put here is irrelevant.
Okay.
Top-down market sizing that is not specifically anchored in a business model, revenue model, total universe of prospects out there is irrelevant.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I'm talking about the organization, okay, because associations are smaller. Oh, so like in Santa Cruz, Bolivia, there's just one large association, okay, but there are also several other academies and clubs.
it doesn't matter. Your buyer is an entity.
Right.
I don't care whether it's association or organization or club or league or whatever, but it's an entity. You
Okay.
need to,
I
for
get it now.
for the second tier, you need to figure out how many such entities are likely to buy your product, and that times 250 is your per year TAM.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's what they want, is they want a bottoms up as opposed to a top down.
That is correct.
Okay.
We skipped through a couple of slides. Is there something you want to go back to?
No, that's fine. I think you've got the the market strategy and the model. We have a freemium model, but we're upselling with other. What I didn't put in there is upselling is digital advertising. It didn't seem like any of the investors were interested in digital advertising, so I focused on the player and the association market.
Digital advertising for what?
For our platform.
Oh, you want digital advertising to be a revenue model?
Right.
I don't think I would go there.
Okay. So
I
it's
would
just
stick with subscription and yeah, I think you in this
stick
case,
with it.
this business, I think it's better that you stick with subscription.
Okay.
My advice to you on fundraising would be try to get a bit more of this validated.
Okay.
You have players and you have a business model for players. Get that validated so you have a bit more players actually paying this money. Get some of these organizations on board paying for what you're offering, and get some virtual scouts going and paying for something. So if you can show more traction and more validation of your model, it'll be easier to raise money.
Okay.
And then if your primary traction right now is in South America, and the awareness and understanding of football in South America is very high, it may not be a bad idea to raise money from companies that are playing in the US South America kind of corridor. There are some funding agencies,
Right.
not agencies, some funds who are playing in that corridor, and that may be your best bet for fundraising.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
You're
Is there
welcome.
any other do you think that we're raising too much?
No, not necessarily, because fundraising takes a lot of time.
Right.
You want to raise a significant amount so that it gives you some runway
Okay.
with which, so $1 million as a seed round is not too much, but you have to get there to be able to raise that money, and you're not there.
Yes.
You need
Okay.
a bit more validation.
Yeah, we had some issues because of the internet. When we developed the platform, we developed it on a 4G, and really most of the rural areas are on 3G or a 2G network in some of the rural areas, but they have telephones and they have technology and they use SIM cards. So what we needed to do is revise it. And then in the process of revising it, you know how Facebook and Google, they change all their methodologies. And so now in order for you to be in the Apple Store, you have to have an Apple login. And so we needed to change all.
My advice to you is, since you have accumulated a good chunk of players in Bolivia, 18,000 users in Bolivia, try to convert that into paying players,
Customers. Okay.
and then find a few clubs in Bolivia that are willing to come on your platform as paid customers and start recruiting these people. So then you show you and find some scouts from Bolivia as well. Bolivia, it seems like, is where you have your first, kind of proof of concept. So try to fully build out the Bolivian ecosystem so that all these parties are, circulating on your platform and starting to do stuff on your platform. And then you will have a good, understanding of what to do.
Thank you so much.
I think investors would find that very valuable to see that you have the whole model validated in Bolivia.
Okay.
Okay.
That should not be a problem. We can do that right away. So
Yeah.
I think we can get that going and get some traction in there for them to see. Is a dollar amount important as far as if we get?
No, not necessarily. I think you have to show that the model is working and that there is velocity in the model, that 18,000 players are on the platform. How many of them are actually seriously interested in participating in your platform as paid customers? That's the question. If I'm an investor, that's the only thing that matters to me. Okay. You can have 1.8 million or 18 million people on your platform. If nobody wants to pay, then your model doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
And you can't build a business based on that model.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
you.
Great.
So folks, as you can see, I'm giving very, very concrete, precise feedback.
Yeah.
And I'm not really worrying about whether you want to hear what I have to say or not. I'm telling you what you need to hear. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear and what you need to do to move forward and get rid of the roadblocks that are on your way that will prevent you from moving to the next level. If you like this approach, bring your friends, bring your colleagues to 1Mby1M who are seeking help in building businesses. I will take questions. We have lots of time. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the public chat, as well as you can dial in. You can let us know in public chat that you want to talk to me, and Maureen will put you as a panelist and you can start talking to me. In the meantime, let me explain to you how to use 1Mby1M, and then I will take questions. So 1Mby1M, everything is on our website. It's a fully online platform. You will find a free blog series that is very, very interesting and educational, inspirational as well. The Entrepreneur Journey series has been published, 12 volumes of case study-based books. You're welcome to start your learning there as well. Different topics are covered under those, in that portfolio. And these roundtables happen almost every week. So you can pitch for free once. If you want to talk to me on an ongoing basis and get coaching on an ongoing basis, you need to join the premium program. And that is where we give you extensive methodology guidance. We have a full digital curriculum that you can use to learn. We help you with business development. We help you with strategy consulting like this. We have we have roundtables, premium roundtables within the program. These are private roundtables for members only, and you can come talk to me there. And we also help you with financing and media relations. We have relationships with a lot of investors, hundreds of investors. The self-assessment is a free tool on the website. These are the due diligence questions that investors would ask you. Please make sure you can answer these questions credibly. If you get stuck or feel nervous and you need to plug knowledge gaps, one way to do that is by, going and doing our curriculum only option, which is 1Mby1M Basic. That is $99 a month. You have access to your full curriculum. Whatever you're getting stuck on, go do that piece in the curriculum and you will be, more confident about what you need to do to answer those questions. You can also do a free bootstrapping course that is on our blog, at the top of the blog. It's less than 1 hour long, but it's a very important course that everybody should have under their belts. We have also started putting a lot of courses. There are more than 75 courses on Udemy right now. You can learn there as well. And if you want, Maureen will cut and paste this link in the public chat just so you can directly go to the link and bookmark the link. You will find discount coupons for the courses here. And that's another way that you can go on with your learning journey. Bottom line, there's a lot of learning in a first-time entrepreneur's journey. You're going to have to learn. Go to the website, dig around, understand what to expect from premium, what to expect from basic, video FAQs, what are our policies for fundraising, what is in the curriculum. It's described extensively. It is a case study based curriculum. We have hundreds and thousands of successful entrepreneurs who have come and shared their stories with us and their journeys and their lessons from the trenches, and that's what you're learning from, and it's very powerful. We have our investor introduction policy on the website as well. So go spend time on the website, figure out how you want to learn, but this is set up for you to learn. Our philosophy is do not go to investors as beggars, go as kings. The more validation you can get on a bootstrap basis, the more attractive you become to investors. And that's the model of going as kings. That's it. There are 4 roundtables, 2 more in January and 2 in February. So you can start signing up. We are ready for more Q&A. So anybody who wants to talk, you can either dial into the phone number or you can talk through the computer audio as well. While you're getting on the audio, getting on the web conference today, let me introduce you to Irina Patterson. If you have questions about the program after this show today, Irina is your contact. Irina at 1Mby1M.com. All right. And folks, use the public chat to introduce yourselves. We definitely want to know who you are, what you're up to, and what is your project, what are you doing, where are you joining from, what brings you here. By all means, let us know in public chat. It's a good networking opportunity here as well. And then let us know if you would like to talk, dial in and talk, or talk through your computer audio or talk by dialing in by phone. Anybody? Yes? No? Benedict, do you want to speak with me? We saw you raise your hand. Yes. Okay. Maureen has put you on the panel, so if you just unmute your computer audio, you should be able to speak. And you can turn your video on if you like, or not. Anybody else? There are a lot of people in the room. If any of you want to talk, please let us know. Go ahead, Benedict.
Good afternoon.
Where are you joining from?
India.
India. Where in
Yes.
India?
Gujarat.
Gujarat. Okay.
I'm in Vadodara.
Go ahead. Tell us about your project.
Okay, basically for what
You need to. Your audio is very weak. I can hardly hear you. So.
Okay.
That's better. That was better.
Basically, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Our startup is NutriKids. We are hoping to solve the problem of malnutrition in children, basically. Am I audible?
Nutrition in women and children, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
In children under the age. So I would like to know, basically, what do investors really interested in when they are picking a company to invest in?
What are investors interested in? So investors,
Yes,
and I'm speaking specifically about the venture capital ecosystem, and that includes the founders into venture capital, so the angel investors, the micro VCs, and all of that. They are interested in
yes,
in a company going from $0 to $100 million from the point they come in 5 to 7 years, which means that you need to have a very large total available market size, usually above $1 billion. And you need to be able to show enough validation that they can gauge velocity. So what does it take to generate revenue? Is the revenue going to move quickly? Because, you know, $0 to $100 million in 5 to 7 years is very difficult. It's hyper growth. Hyper growth is not a natural state of business. So you have to, if you want to attract venture capital investment, you're going to have to work with those expectations. If you're working with friends and family investment, that is not the case. Friends and family investment doesn't have that kind of high velocity growth expectations. But the minute you switch to angel investors, micro VCs, and venture capitalists who are all playing in this hyper growth ecosystem, hyper growth mode, the expectation changes.
okay,
So you have to make a case, a credible case, that your business is going to grow at that pace.
okay, okay.
Okay. So it looks like there are a number of you here from Parul University in India. So Benedict, where are you
Yes,
from
yes.
originally?
Okay, I am from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. So you're
I'm
from
a student.
Zimbabwe studying in India. That's very interesting.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
I'm representing.
there are some of your classmates there as well. Takunda Chidera and Abdul Mehta. Are you also, Abdul, are you also from Parallel University? Takunda
Yes,
Parallel
we've.
University. So these are all your
Yes,
classmates?
they are.
Right. Very interesting. And you all want to build companies?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
We are also representing our guys.
those of you who are from Africa studying in India, are you going to work in India or are you going to go back to Zimbabwe or wherever you're coming from? You're going to work back at home?
For us, if what we are doing right now works, yes, we can stay in India for quite a while.
Okay.
The market here is favorable for us. We can stay if our startup works in India.
Okay.
The government here is good and it's all coming.
All right. Excellent.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anybody else? Any other questions, comments, introductions? Ingmar from Germany, working on AI-based SaaS prototype for a startup, came across 1M1M program via Udemy courses and bootstrapping via Paycheck. Okay. Courses and case studies are very interesting, and once done, I will join the basic program. All right, very good. Excellent. By all means, do some work on Udemy and come to basic and get going with more of your learning. So I love people who are doing bootstrapping with a paycheck. It's a very, very intelligent way to get your validation work done, get some, you know, maybe even MVP work done, and while still being able to pay your bills through your job and your paycheck. Anybody else? Yes? No? Bhavti, I'm at an ideal level for my startup. Is it wise to join premium at this point or basic program? Either one is fine. If you want ongoing feedback on what you're doing, you have to join premium. Basic does not have the opportunity to talk to me on a weekly basis. Premium does. So if you come to premium, you can talk to me every week and I can guide you. Joining premium early is the best because then I can prevent you from going off in directions that are not very productive. You know, sometimes we get people who have been working on an idea for several years and it's not a good idea. And I don't determine, by the way, whether it's a good idea or not. I teach you methodology, and you can take that methodology, apply it to your idea, and you can either validate your idea or invalidate your idea. So you learn that, you can learn that validation methodology from 1M1M basic and apply that and make sure that you do that validation. Now, in that process, if you need coaching, you need help, you have questions, then you will need to join premium. But be careful not to invest years of your life on an idea that doesn't have legs. This is a very, very important life decision. Your life, years of your life, months of your life are important. You don't want to waste that time on something that is not going to work out in the end. So failing fast on a bad idea is a very important thing to do. Takunda Chidera asks, also from Parul University, what kind of advice would you give for a student embarking on a startup journey and is still at idea phase? My advice would be to complete your studies and do this in parallel. If you go to Udemy, I have a course on student entrepreneurs, case studies of student entrepreneurship. I would suggest that you guys do that course. The ones here from Parul University who are doing startups on the side while doing your studies, go look at that student university case study. Maureen, could you please give them the link to the case studies of student entrepreneurs course on Udemy? You can then essentially you can hear from a lot of students who have built successful businesses, and will give you ideas. You will relate with their journeys, and you can apply their insights into your journey. Bhavti says, sounds awesome. I look forward to connecting with you soon. In my last business, I lost a lot of time, so I don't want to do that again. Yes, this is exactly my point. If you spend a lot of years of your life and then you fail, that is a very bad use of years of your life. You should not do that. Anybody else? All right. Well, as you know, you can come back here every week. You can pitch for free once, but you can come and hang out here, listen to other people every week, and I've given you lots of ways that you can learn. So use these mechanisms to learn and get further. I wish you all the best. Maureen has given the Udemy course, Student Entrepreneur Startup Case Studies. Coupon code is try1m1m, Jan to 2024 STU. So you can get a big discount on the course if you go and join there. So the Parul University folks in particular, you would find this one helpful. All right, I will see you next week. All the best, make lots of progress, learn lots of nuances of how to put one foot before the other, and keep going. Bye.